Welcome. Good to see you. Hope that everybody had a great holiday season, New Year's and Christmas, and all that. I hope 2018 brings you much success. Everybody deserves it, so I hope you get exactly what you want. I put a post about 2017, 2018 earlier, so if you want to read a little bit about how I deal with the new year or any moment in the year about setting intentions and getting and manifesting things in your life, I put a post there. So let's get started. Earlier today, I was talking to a client about going after their goals, okay? Going after their goals. And a lot of times, I'm sure you've seen that meme where it's like point A to point B or the path to success. It's like people think it's a straight road. And even though it's like a lot of like turns and ups and downs and curves and things like that, that's really what it is. There's a lot of ups and downs and ins and outs, and then you go one way, it doesn't work, and you go another way, it doesn't work. So people think it's just going to be a straight shot, okay? It's going to take work. It's going to take effort. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be mistakes. There's going to be feedback from people. There's going to be all kinds of things, okay? We can't expect it to be a straight path with no obstacles, no effort, no conflict. It's going to have it. Otherwise, we wouldn't savor it, So one of the things that I was telling my client is that I asked her if she used GPS on her phone or whatever. Now it's on our phones. And she said, yeah, of course I use GPS. And I said, okay, great. Does your GPS ever freeze on you? Yeah, it freezes on me. Okay, great. Does your GPS ever send you to the wrong destination? Does it ever make a mistake and get it wrong? Yeah, it gets it wrong. Does it ever like all of a sudden just not work, or does the little arrow kind of go off course a little bit, and you kind of like, where am I going? Yeah, it does that sometimes. So then I asked her, let me ask you a question. When that happens, do you just park the car, turn it off, get out, and just quit? Or do you figure out a way to make it to your destination? Do you shut down the app and open it back up? Do you, I don't know, maybe type the address again, stop the app, type the address again, and type it in again and see if it picks up where it was? Maybe you call the place or the person that you're going to see or the destination where you're going? Or maybe you rely on your own internal GPS to guide you to where you're going so you can find the place. Do you pull over and stop? He says, no, I don't pull over and stop. I make it to my destination. I need to get there. I go. I figure out a way of getting there. So then why don't you do that with your goals? Why don't you do that with what you're after? Why don't you go after whatever you're after, go after it in the same way. Don't stop just because you got stuck somewhere. Don't stop because something that you had going or was working froze. Don't stop because you ended up in the wrong place, or you took a wrong turn, or you made a mistake. Why do we quit? Why do you stop? Why do you give up on that stuff? What's the difference? And the truth is, there is no difference. So if you could do it with your GPS to just go to a destination, why don't you do it to reach your destination, your vision, your dream? You know what I mean? I mean, you owe it to yourself. It's what you're after. Are you gonna let your mind stop you? You know what I mean? Or are you gonna persevere? Nothing worth it is gonna be free from conflict or from struggle or from difficulty. It's not gonna be worth it if it was easy. If success was easy, everybody would be doing it. Okay? So going back to what I was saying, going back to the GPS metaphor, approach it the same way. If you have a dinner you have to go to, if you're going to a restaurant, if you're going to an event, wherever you're going, you're gonna get there. You're gonna phone a friend. You're gonna figure out something. Maybe you'll follow it yourself. You'll just kind of see where you're going because you can kind of see where the GPS is at. You're gonna figure it out, and you're gonna be relentless, and you're gonna be persistent, and you're not gonna stop at all. You're gonna get to your destination. Why do we quit on ourselves? Why do we quit on our dreams? The moment it gets harder, why do we quit on relationships the moment there's a bump in the road? Why do we quit anything? Now, if something is toxic and something's definitely not good for you, yeah, definitely things need to shift and things need to maybe go in a different direction. But when it comes to getting what you want, again, going back to my New Year's post, intention, clarity, vision. So what's the GPS part of this metaphor? Okay, obviously when you're using your GPS, you have the GPS guiding you with the blue line. Okay, you've already typed your destination and it's taking you there. So let's apply that to our personal lives. Okay, what is my destination? It's my vision. I asked my client today, do you know what that looks like? Do you know what that success that you're going after looks like? Have you seen it? I have not. I don't know what that looks like. So how are you going to recognize it when you get there? It's kind of like Alice in Wonderland when she asked I don't know if it was the cat or probably the caterpillar, I need directions. Where are you going? I don't know. Then how do you know how are you gonna know if you got there? If you don't know where you're going. So the GPS part, the typing the destination in your head is envisioning what that looks like. Just to give you a perfect example, I'll show it to you here. I have it. So look at this guy right here. I have this. This is my part of my vision board from last year, which I'm gonna do another one this year. This guy. That was a vision that I had for me to be speaking on a stage in front of a bunch of people like that. That happened in August of this year. I was wearing a suit, not of that color, but it happened. And I put that vision in January of 2017. Okay? So that's your vision. You have to see it. Your vision is going to illuminate your path so that you can see the steps that you need to take to get there. Now, is vision enough? Like if you type in the address on your GPS and you never move from the car, if you never get in the car and drive, are you going to get there? No, you're not going to get there. So envisioning isn't enough. Type in the address in the GPS for your destination isn't enough. You got to get in the car and you got to drive. So this is how do we apply that to our life? Okay. Envisioning, me doing a vision board and seeing what that success looks like in my head isn't enough. I have to take action. I have to start moving. Move. Even if it freezes, even if it gets stuck, even if I take a wrong turn, even if it takes me to the wrong place, even if the app stops working, even if something stops working, I got to keep going. Okay? I also shared in that post for New Year, I shared that, I had, because again, you don't have to do this intention setting at New Year. You can do it at any point in time of the year. You can do it at any point in time. It's available to you. You have that power. Again, New Year's is a great time to do it because New Year, New You kind of a thing, and I get it. But you can do it at any point in time throughout your year. You want to get rid of something, you want to shift something, you want to move to a better opportunity, set the intention. Set it and forget it. Write it down. Be intentional about it. Envision it. Write it down. And then take action. Now, as you begin to take action, it may not look like opportunities may come and they may not look like opportunities. Because everybody thinks that an opportunity has to be an open door. Sometimes an opportunity is a closed door. But we don't see it that way. Sometimes when you get a no, that's exactly what you needed. Because that wasn't it. It's no means next opportunity. Keep moving. People get discouraged when they get the no. People get discouraged when they get to that wrong turn. People get discouraged when something doesn't work, or when the efforts don't come back with the result that they think it should be. It goes back to one firm belief that I have, and it boils down to faith. All things are working together for you. All things are working together for your good, for your highest good. And it may not look like the way you want it to be, but I promise you it is. Like I shared in my post for New Year's, I got let go from a job that I thought was pretty good. It was actually good. And I didn't even bat an eye. I picked up my last check, shook the guy's hand, went on my way. I had no answer worry of what was going to happen because I trusted that all things are working together for good. And that was just a transition job for me. Why was it a transition job for me? Because I set that intention. in October of 2016, I set that intention that I was time for me to move to my next stage in my life. I would needed to shift career and opportunities, and that the next job that I was going to have was going to be a transition job for my next phase or my next stage as a coach. Sure enough, that's exactly what it was, because 2 months later, I'm working at the coaching company that I work for now. Set the intention. Write it down. Be intentional about it. Also, too, don't go out there and start telling everybody what you're wanting to do, what you're trying to do, because guess what? There's a lot of naysayers out there. They're going to tell you, that's not worth it, or no, you shouldn't do that. Oh, you don't have the talent for that. You already have enough with your own mind doing that to yourself. Why are you going to add, or why are you going to complicate it by adding more people telling you not to do something? Maybe because for them, they're scared. So if you're going to tell someone after you've already incubated this idea or this plan or this goal, and you really believe it and you know within you that that's where you're going, you've envisioned it and you know where you're going, and tell someone that you know is going to encourage you. Someone that's going to tell you, yes, go after it. How can I help you? What do you need from me? Do you need a resource? Do you need a contact? What do you need from me? Don't tell those people that are going to create doubt for you, because you're already creating doubt. You already have that doubt and that anxiety and that fear to go after it. So again, if you're going to tell someone that you know is going to encourage you, someone who is, in fact, tell someone who's already succeeding. A friend of yours who's succeeding. Or find a mentor to tell them to. Don't tell those people that are stuck, that their life isn't, they're in a hamster wheel of failure after failure. And don't get me wrong, failure is necessary. But there's a difference between failing up and failing down. Okay? If you're going to fail, you want to fail up. Meaning, you want to learn from your failure, okay? You want to learn from your failure. What happened here? What could I have done better? What did I do wrong? Okay, where did it turn? In the direction that I didn't want it to go, and then you learn from that. You adjust gears and you keep going. What most people do is they fail down because they fail, and then they're like, they pout and they get angry and they focus on their failure, and they're like, they don't ever get out of it. So then, imagine you're both on the same path and you fail, but you learn and you go up, and they just keep going down, 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 down. So you're creating a lower benchmark. You know what I'm saying? You want to fail up. All right? But again, this stuff, it's the external work, okay? There's a lot of internal work that needs to happen. Okay? A lot of internal work that needs to happen. Okay? I'm sure you've heard of today at work. Every other Thursday we do a leadership meeting, mastermind, whatever you want to call it. And today's topic was growth mindset. Okay, and I'm sure you've heard of growth mindset versus fixed mindset. And the reality is that we're both. You know, you're gonna have a fixed mindset voice and you're gonna have a growth mindset voice. The growth mindset voice needs to be developed and needs to be worked on. The fixed mindset is already there, okay? And that's the voice that says, you don't have the talent for that. You can't do that. Why are you even going to try? It's that voice that creates doubt. It's that negative self-talk. So at the moment where you have the negative self-talk, you want to combat that with a growth mindset voice, a response. You don't have the talent for that. You can't do that. You're going to fail. Then here comes the growth mindset voice. You know what? You're right. I don't have the talent for that. But I'm going to learn it. And I'm going to put in a lot of effort. I'm going to work very hard to get there. Boom. There you do the switch. Okay? Oh, you know what? You're too tired. Don't get up. Don't do that. You know what? No. Yeah, I am tired. But I want this. So I'm going to get up and I'm going to do it. Okay? Growth mindset. Okay? The growth mindset. You want to always be learning. The growth mindset voice says, you know, you got to put in the effort. You know, it knows that it's not going to be easy. The growth mindset is always learning, always open to learning. Okay? The growth mindset says that my mistakes help me move forward and grow. The growth mindset says challenges are actually good for me. They're strengthening me. Okay, and so that's where, and that takes work. You have to be very intentional about the work that you're doing so that you can move forward, you keep growing, so that when things go wrong or they don't go the way you plan, you have the emotional resiliency to get past it. But that takes inner work. It's an inside-out approach, not an outside-in approach. Okay, the fixed mindset people are very externally focused, results-oriented. They don't want to look back. They don't want to make mistakes. They see mistakes as failure. etc., etc., etc. Okay, and they're constantly having to prove themselves because they feel like they're done. They don't have anything else to learn, so they have to constantly be proving that what they do have is good enough. Okay, whereas the growth mindset is constantly learning, wants to evolve, wants to be better, wants to learn. It's open to feedback. That's the other part. Growth mindset people are open to feedback, and they use that as constructive criticism. Versus the fixed mindset, they just take it as criticism, and they often get defensive. Okay. So again, switching, again, we're both fixed and growth. You have to recognize when you're there. But the growth has to be worked on, it has to be developed. And so that takes a lot of personal work. Reading, mindfulness practice, dropping off, like slowing down the flow of thoughts in the mind. You have to create space for new information coming in. It's like when you get rid of clothes in the closet, because you have to get rid of what doesn't fit you, what you don't use anymore, was out of style. You don't just put in more because there's no room. So you have to make room for new information and let the old one drop off. Okay. In fact, I was listening to. We're reading in the leadership group. We're reading. That's it, Carol. That's it. You're right. Cheers to that. In that leadership group, we're reading the book No Limits from John Maxwell, and he talks about the key, the first chapter. The key to your success, to your untapped potential, is self-awareness. And just 2 days ago, I did a webinar on self-awareness to our clients. And self-awareness, you develop it through mindfulness, by paying attention, by slowing down the mind and being present right here, right now. And it takes work. It takes work. You can do it through yoga, meditation, mindfulness, a quiet time. You can relaxing, being in nature. There's so many things you can do. The point is, however you want to do it, you got to find some time to shut up and just listen. If you pray, that's great. Prayer is very powerful. If you pray, that's talking to God. When do you put in time to listen to God? Shut and listen. That practice alone will take you very far. Again, because you get to see, like, Control-Alt-Delete in the computer. When you hit Control-Alt-Delete, all the programs that are running show up, and you get to see what's not working, what's stuck, what's frozen, what needs to be deleted, etc., etc., etc. So the mindfulness and the meditation and the quiet time is your Control-Alt-Delete, so you can see everything that is running. Okay? Everything that is running. And things that don't work anymore, so you can change it. So there it is. I want to let you know that if this helps you, if the information was helpful to you, tag someone, comment, share your perspective. How do you go after your goals? Do you tend to fall on the part where you end up quitting, or do you end up doing the part where you just don't give up and you keep moving and you keep moving? Share it with someone. Give it a like. Have a great Thursday night and a great weekend and a good rest of your week. Peace.